Hello, sister friends. We're back with episode number 21, and it did not disappoint in terms of content and frustration. Let's talk about it. This was the most bizarre episode because we had I can't even. Okay. We had Robyn being the worst of Robyn. Denial of denial of denial of denial. It's almost like she's now playing or acting a role of pretending that she doesn't remember anything she's ever done in life and is acting like she's also never watched any of the other episodes or heard about anything else that's happened in the family. It's maddening.
Lie upon lie.
Then we have Cody acting a role of a clown, just a fool, a red-faced, clownish, kind of baboonish fool, giggling, smiling, using a weird voice, just odd. The whole thing's odd.
Sadly not out of character.
And praise Jesus, we have the palate cleanser of Janelle and Maddie and Tata Farms. That's all I've got to say about the whole thing. So, all right, let's jump in. I guess we'll go through chronologically. I was going to go theme by theme, but I don't think mentally I can handle it that way because that would mean a whole concentration on Robyn and a whole concentration on Cody, and it was hard enough to just get through the episode the way it was. All right, we open up where the last episode left off before this, it's not mid-season break, before this almost a season ended break. So bizarre. Still have no idea why there was an 8-week break where it was. Did anyone figure that out? Let me know. Write down below if anyone knows why we suddenly, when there's only a couple episodes left in the season, took a break for 8 weeks. Anyway, I thought that if I slept on this, took a shower, got up, I would have a better attitude. I guess it didn't work. Here we go. Okay. So they're still driving out to North Carolina. It's lovely. It's nice. They're talking about things. It's still Christine really pushing her agenda of getting a man on Janelle. I appreciate the sentiment. Can I just say, I appreciate the sentiment. She loves Janelle. She wants for Janelle what she feels for David. I guess, again, this is where Christine is just still immature. Maybe still sheltered. Even though she's in her 50s, she still has growing up to do. Gosh, when are we going to stop saying that about some of these women? But, Janelle wasn't raised in this faith. All right. So I guess because Christine and Meri were raised in the AUB faith, they get the pass for being emotionally immature. And just socially immature. And naive. But I feel like there needs to be a point where you just catch up. Like, you don't get to have 30 years to catch up to it. Like, there's going to have to be a quick learning curve. You know what I mean? Like, when you don't know a language and you go to a country and you're 5 years behind, it doesn't take you 5 years to learn that. Like, within a year's time, year and a half, you do a quick catch up on that. So, I don't know what that grace period is. That's help me out here. Help me out. At what point am I permitted to really be frustrated? I don't know. I am frustrated. I feel like she needs to let Janelle be Janelle. Let Janelle walk Janelle's path and not try to force Janelle into the Christine peg and hole. Just me. At any rate, we hear the same narrative that we've been hearing because Christine wanted Janelle to break up with Cody the way that she broke up with Cody. Now she wants Janelle to have the same life that she's living outside of Cody, even though she is acknowledging that inside of the marriage, she had a different relationship in the marriage with Cody than Janelle did. She admits Janelle was independent in their marriage. Janelle has said, listen, I realized if I'm going to wait for Cody to do the things I want to do in life, I'm going to be waiting my whole life. So I'm going to travel. I'm going to do the things I want to do. He can come along if he wants to. If not, I'm doing it on my own. And Christine admitted, to this day, I would still be waiting for him to do things with me. She admits she's not independent. She needs a man. So she got divorced, she went out and she found a man. But good for her. She got what she wanted and she's very happy and she's very secure in who she has. I think they're a perfect match. They'll be together till the day they die. That's great. That's not Janelle. Okay, let it go, Christine. Just like she beats a dead horse, I beat a dead horse on this. I gotta let it go. I guess I know when Janelle watches this, she's gonna be like, oh my God, can she just let me be? Because we're feeling that and we're not Janelle. We're just watching it from a distance. So that's a little frustrating. And then as soon as she says all that, David says, well, that's just her being her. She's independent. She's like, yeah, no, that's great. And I'm happy for that. That's great. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Don't have David's opinion. That's what you did with Cody. Be independent, have your own thoughts, Christine. I'm going to put that clip in here. Because that made me mad too. I'm like, you're doing the exact same thing. You're putting yourself in the exact same situation, Christine. If you don't stand up, if you really, really believe that's what she needs, that Janelle needs, then you stand on it. And when David says, no, she needs to do, I can't remember the exact words, but I remember him saying, well, that's Janelle. She wants to do it. And she goes, yep. And then she completely flips and she 100% agrees with David. Now, in my opinion, she's right to agree with David. David is right.
I hope she finds someone, and I know that she's not even interested right now, and that's...
No, that's fine.
It's fine.
She needs to really,
No, she's got to find herself.
And,
There's one of two things is going on. Either Christina's just jabbering just to hear herself talk, and she doesn't even believe what she's saying. And then when David speaks up and speaks truth, she realizes she's speaking a bunch of nonsense and then agrees with him and goes, oh, you're right. What I'm saying doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What you're saying makes sense. I just talk because I like to hear myself talk. I don't really think through anything I say. But then when somebody else points out that what I'm saying isn't making sense, I'll just agree with them. I guess that's a possibility. Or two, she has opinions about things, and her opinion is that Janelle needs to have the same thing that she has in life, and she's saying it, and then somebody else, a man, maybe she still has that in the back of her mind, says that's not what Janelle needs, no, and she backs down right away, because that's what she's used to doing when she lived in the AUB faith. You back down. I don't know. What do you think it is? Because that little scene right there, which may have just gone by really quickly for other people, but kind of stood out for me when it happened. I thought, you just flipped really quick. I don't know. I think her and David are perfect together, though. I think they're ideal. They're lovely. They're wonderful. Janelle doesn't need a man. Do I want a man for Janelle? Heck yeah. And Christine's idea of farmers.com or farmers, what is it called? I don't even know. I don't know, but I know we've mentioned it on this channel before. I want a farmer. Buy me a farmer. What is it called? I don't know. Dating apps weren't a thing when I was dating back in the day. But I do think Janelle should get on there. It's very interesting that Christine and David's conversation in the truck starts to go into talking about the comparisons in plural marriage between their wives, how they compare what one has versus what they have. Natural, right? I mean, that's natural. I mean, it's kind of something people do in life in general. That's where the term keeping up with the Joneses comes from. Neighbors do it. How come they have that? How come they have that over there? I mean, it's a human nature thing. It's a comparison thing. My gosh, it goes back to biblical times. God put it on a tablet and gave it to Moses to give to the world. Do not covet. Do not wish for what somebody else has.
Well, we all do though, don't we? We can't help it. It's human nature.
So to say that when you're living with one husband and multiple wives, that somebody is not going to look over and see what one wife has, especially when that wife does have more, it's ridiculous to think that you would say, I don't care. That's okay. Everything will be fine. Although that is kind of who Janelle was. She's a unicorn. But that's because Janelle always thought she eventually was going to get hers. She always believed it's all right if somebody has more, because someday I will have more. But that someday never came. That's why I want Janelle to succeed so much in life. That's why I felt like she was robbed, because she believed in that principle so much. She's the only one who really, truly believed in it, because she lived it by sacrificing. She's the only one who truly sacrificed happily, gleefully. Here you go. Yep, the money's yours. Because someday when I need it, you'll give it to me. Right, Robyn? Okay, so Christine goes on to say, yeah, I lived that life. I remember. Here's the clip.
I felt like Robyn had a better couch.
Well, she did.
I felt like she had better, like, dishes
She did.
and better decorations
She did.
and, like, so many things.
She had all the things. Here's Cody's explanation as to why Christine got all the scraps. Christine didn't get anything nice, new, shiny, anything. Robyn always had everything new, designer, updated, and better.
Well, when a relationship is united, you don't tend to keep score as much because you've got a cloak of charity to put over this person that you love.
Got it. So if Christine's relationship was better, she would put a cloak of charity, there's that term again, over Robyn because she'd love her. See, this wouldn't be a problem. So there couldn't be an imbalance. This is the craziest religion in the world. These terms, it's amazing. It's amazing the way this was designed. Only a brilliant, egotistical man can do this. All right. So the women are not allowed to see imbalance anywhere. So the man can treat a woman and give her as much as he wants. And if this woman sees that woman as having more, she can't have jealousy because that's not honorable and that's not pleasing to God. And now we also know that the man can give as much as he wants to the favorited wife and nothing has to be equal. In fact, lesser wife needs to be giving her the cloak of charity. I guess so other people don't notice it either, covering her with the cloak of charity. I guess that cloak of charity helps her not see what's over there as well so that she doesn't have those jealousies and maybe helps her deny that it's there if other people point it out and say, oh, no, she deserved that. The more I learn about this, the more sickening it is.
It's abuse.
Oh, goody. Robyn's going to give us her opinion on the situation. Every time she speaks in this episode, my stomach turns a little bit more.
If you're sitting there constantly using that scoreboard against each other, what are you, enemies?
That's not very nice.
Violence is not the answer.
Okay. Oh, I literally... Okay.
What are you, enemies?
That... that she does when she's uncomfortable because she's lying to make excuses for something because she knows the inequity is ridiculous in this situation. That's just ridiculous. You know, all those times she's like, what are you? Do you think I can control Cody? Those fake laugh times drive me nuts. That's why in that last episode, I made a point to put that original laughter in there. Because it's the first time I remember seeing it. I'm sure there was another time in 15 years of this that there was natural laughter coming out of Robyn. I just don't remember it because we've seen so much of this fake. What are you talking about? Here it is again, this fake laugh to cover up her lie.
Laughter and tears.
Fake.
How convenient and easy is it to accuse somebody else of having a scoreboard when you're at the top of the leaderboard, right? Been at the top from day one, has never come down one peg. Always been at the top, always will be at the top, have been told by the person who's keeping the score, you will always be at the top, no matter what. Very convenient then to tell everybody else, why are you keeping score? We shouldn't be keeping score. Why are you looking and comparing when you know you have everything? When you know you will always win because you always have the most, it's easy to say, don't compare. Don't look here. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Oh, she is just disgusting. Hi, everybody. Thank you for making it midway through this video. This is your time to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what number you were when you hit the like button, or tell me what you think of the video so far, or let me know what videos you want to see, or tell me something about this video. Anything you want, leave it down below. And before you do your Amazon shopping, hit one of my links down below as well. These are all ways that you can support the channel, and it costs you nothing. Thank you, and we're back to the review. Then we have another segment. I didn't think we had a whole lot to say about this. I'd forgotten about this. We have an entire segment about vanity. Christine points out about Cody's obsession with vanity, with makeup, with making sure that his wives always had makeup on, that they always looked good, that they always had the proper appearance. Well, we know he's the most vain man in the world, and he's proud of it. He embarrassingly is so proud to display on the camera his routine for doing his hair, how fastidious he is about ironing his shirts and making sure that there's no creases in anything. It's important to him. We've seen it over and over through the seasons. The pecs, the abs. Oh, we get into that later in this episode too. Okay, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Vanity. Vanity with a capital V. Vanity with a capital Vanity. Beyond. I know. I have never met anyone even 50% as vain as this man is. And so naturally, this branches out, by association, wants his wives to look a certain way as well. So this is why, of course, he makes that comment the other day. Oh, it's okay that David is going to be at the sprinkle or the shower or where it is he was going, because I've got my pretty wife with me. It was such a weird comment at the time. Weird for normal people, not weird for Cody. Do you think Cody's the one that tells her to put those eyelashes on? Or does she want to do that? Do you think Cody's making his stepdaughters now put on that full face makeup stuff? I don't know. Possibly. I was going to say Robyn's making them do it, but I could see Cody saying, no, you need to do that to attract the right kind of guy, somebody like me.
Oh, hell no!
You don't want a guy that wants you to look like a plain Jane. It's probably one of his values. It probably is. Oh, and then we go back to that scene. I remember when it was aired at the time, just thinking, oh, if I didn't like Robyn before, I really don't like her now. When they were camping and Robyn is sitting outside the camper with all her makeup, putting it on as people were doing it. And I don't remember them all cooking while she was doing it. I just remember thinking, yeah, camping. You're camping. Put the makeup away. Certainly not to the level she was doing. Like, she had all that. She just kept going on and on and on with all this stuff. You could see the kids were like all walking around. And open your eyes. Be aware of your surroundings, Robyn. People are doing things all around you, and you're just solely focused on your makeup. Clueless. And Cody, clueless number 2, too, because he was there watching her do her makeup. Not, you should help the rest of your sister wives, Who's being a shitty sister wife now? Cody Brown claims that's what Christine was. Christine running around, trying to feed everyone, take care of everything, while Robyn is doing her makeup. I'm getting so angry right now. Really. This is not good. We're not even 10 minutes into the show. Robyn, can you explain to us why when people were doing work and helping around the campsite, you were putting makeup on during that time? Because nobody else was wearing makeup. So, why were you spending all this time doing makeup? And according to Christine, also doing all your girls' hair and everything while everybody was working, cleaning, and cooking. Why was that again?
The one time we went camping, I was 6 months pregnant and I got sick a lot. And so I spent the night barfing my guts up outside my tent on my hands and knees. And then, Janelle and Christine were making breakfast and I was just trying to hurry and get ready for the day.
So the answer is you were trying to hurry and get ready for the day while they were making breakfast. That's the answer.
That's a non-answer.
First of all, you were 6 months pregnant and you spent the whole night on your hands and knees barfing. If you were 6 months pregnant and spent the whole night on your hands and knees barfing outside your tent, you should have gone to a doctor or to the ER because something's not right. People at 6 months of pregnancy are not barfing all night long on their hands and knees. So you're either lying about the story, very big possibility, or something was terribly wrong. So let's take a look at the person who, after an entire night of barfing on their hands and knees outside of the tent, what do you look like? She must have looked like, oh, death warmed over the next day, right? Oh no! We're sitting there with our legs crossed and smiling, patting our faces with makeup.
It was morning and we'd had breakfast and Hunter's chomping at the bit to go fishing.
You guys, it's 10 o'clock. Let's hurry.
It's like everybody's just taking a really long time.
What are we doing?
He sees that Meri and Robin are sitting at their tent putting their makeup on, and it's just making him so angry.
They're the ones over there putting on makeup.
The rest of us went on a little hike near Big Bear Lake.
Those giant trees.
This fabricated, ridiculous story does not hold water. There's so many holes in it. It's ridiculous. She is making this up on the fly. She was not prepared for this question. It didn't really explain why she decided to also, in lieu of cooking or cleaning, do her girl's hair too. That was part of her hurry and get ready for the day, I guess, too. Still, just saying. Okay, moving on. Robyn goes on to say that big part of the reason the family fell apart was there was a lack of trust. It's true. In her. Cody's interview says it was all about when the first three wives. Life was rough when it was the original three wives and he was just barely surviving. He used his deep voice that he uses when he gets angry, talking about the OG3. Life before Robyn was so rough. The OG3 talk about utopia before Robyn, but Cody's got this distorted version of it now. He's turned it into that was hell on earth before Robyn came into his life. And I think he's told that story to her, so she's now got this narrative going too, and she's believed it. So she's kind of melded that horrible life into what's going on now, and they're all yeah, no, everything was fine until, right around the time the show started, which is always right around the time Robyn came into our lives.
Here's the thing. Me and my first three wives, we would hunker down and get along enough to survive.
But it's interesting for her to take the narrative now and try to own it of the lack of trust, because Christine's been saying it and saying it and saying it. I couldn't trust her. I couldn't trust her. I couldn't trust Robyn. You can't trust her. So now I think she's trying to twist that and own it because she knows that that's what people say about her. She's there's just a lack of trust in our family. That's just what's so sad. It's not just that she doesn't trust me, but people don't trust each other. So she can deflect. Oh, well, yeah, she didn't trust me, but people don't trust each other in this family. This is the problem. There's a lack of trust. Deflection.
That is a big part of the family falling apart, was there's just so little trust with each other. So sad.
This woman is a master manipulator. Master manipulator. All right, then we have a Meri segment that's actually really good, because there's been a lot of fluff kind of filler Meri segments because Meri doesn't have a whole lot going on in her life, but she has a little bit of drama going on right here. Kind of love it because it's sort of a little dig at Robyn. So I do believe this whole scene is set up, but they do it very well. It looks very natural. I will say. Meri walks into the B&B. Jen's in there already. Jen says, "Oh, hey. You just got my text that I sent, right? Or the email I just sent you just got." Mary's like, "No, I didn't get it." She goes, "I sent you another one regarding the email that we received." She goes, "No, I didn't get it. What did it say?" Set up for the camera. But they did a good job. They pulled it off. It looked very good. Well, apparently, There are people who have been ordering stuff from my sister wives' closet, paying for stuff and not receiving it. So because they don't know what else to do besides send notices to my sister wives' closet, Meri has a platform online where you can contact her. You can go to her Facebook page, you can contact her businesses. So they're contacting Meri and saying, hey, you're friends with Robyn.
Not really.
But go ahead.
Can you please let her know I ordered my sister wives' jewelry and I didn't get it, and I've been trying to contact. Nothing's happening. They took my money. They sent me nothing.
Oh, that's a fraud.
Oh, what the businesswoman this lady is, right? We've been saying this whole time she knows nothing about business. Claiming this is her business. She knows nothing about business. As soon as she had to do it on her own, it's like, well, the whole thing's going to go defunct. I mean, it kind of was from day one, even when she was like forcing people to help her and crying about the fact she wasn't getting enough help because she had no clue what to do. That's why she wanted help. She just didn't know what to do at all. She just wanted to say it was her business and design things horribly. I wouldn't say they were horribly ugly. They were just like juvenile. They'd be great if it was for elementary school jewelry. All right, so there you go. But make it out of sterling silver and put a price point on it for adults. It made no sense. The company made no sense. At any rate, the website is still up, but she said she's taken a pause from the business. However, the site's still up, so people keep ordering things, but she's taken a step away from the business for a little bit. So sometimes orders go through. Whose fault? It's golden. That's all I can say is it's golden. I'm just going to have to play it.
I put the business on hold, but the cart's not disabled, so people sometimes sneak an order in, and sometimes Meri will get notifications about it. I'll get notifications about it, but it's kind of on pause right now.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I put the business on pause, but I didn't disable the cart on the website. So people will sneak an order in. Sneak it in. They don't know your business is on pause. You didn't disable the cart. Your website's still up. Take it down. Take down the website. Put it back up when the business is back up again. Or just completely disable all the ordering and say, be back soon or something. That's such a basic, it's so unbelievable. This shows stupidity. I mean, she's brilliant and a mastermind when it comes to manipulation and street smarts, but she's as dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to just
Math.
Science!
English.
History.
Spelling.
Business.
running a business. It's so funny. And then the fact that she's like, well, Meri will get notifications every now and then. And sometimes I do too, but the business is on pause. Like she didn't say, so I have to handle those or I quickly address them and take care of it and then shut down the cart and then shut down the website. No, that's what she said. She goes, so every now and then somebody sneaks an order through, but the business is on pause, so I don't do anything with it. I'm sorry that their money's sitting there. This is called fraud. You can't let people pay money for something they don't receive, Robyn. It's not okay. It's on camera now.
Watch out for the po-po.
Then we have the whole scene about Meri talking about her relationship with Robyn. Okay. I'll be honest, this scene is just sad. It's just sad because Meri talks about this bond that she had with Robyn, and then Robyn's been ghosting her for all these years, and she just doesn't understand it. She could try to work on it with her again, but in the past, she's always been the one to try to do all the working, and it's always been one-sided. So if she tries again, that's like, are we going to do what history repeats itself? She's always going to try. I just wonder why Meri feels like she had a relationship. I mean, I understand like maybe the first couple years. Robyn needed a buddy, so she was nice to Meri to begin with, but it didn't last very long. Meri was on to Robyn pretty early on. We saw in the Tamron Hall interview, if you watch my video, that, she was saying back as early as 5, 6, 7, around there, that she was seeing how there was secret stuff going on between Cody and Robyn when Meri would talk. Like Meri was aware of stuff happening. And then, of course, the catfishing stuff and how hurt she was with Robyn's involvement in that. So we didn't see that play out until season 18. In terms of Meri knowing Robyn's involvement in it, we didn't know back then any of that information. So there weren't a whole lot of years where Meri really could have felt like she had her back. Breaks my heart that she's that insecure that that kind of a relationship she could see as being meaningful in any way. Especially when she met Jen as soon as she moved to Vegas, back in the rentals. So she had a friendship with somebody who was really a friend, somebody who's true and genuine. So she had somebody to compare it to. I get if she just never really had a good friend in her life, so she didn't know better. Kind of like she never had a good husband in her life, so she didn't know better. So she allowed Cody to treat her that way for so long, she had nothing to compare it to. But she had another friend to compare it to, so that confuses me. So this kind of frustrates me, also confuses me, and also makes me sorry for Meri. I have a bunch of emotions wrapped up in this whole dialogue about her and Robyn. And again, shockingly, amazingly, somehow, Robyn can take this situation and turn herself into the victim at the end of it, which is just so maddening and irritating that I want to vomit by the end of it.
I had 5 kids constantly home. It was COVID. We were doing online school. And, after the first year or so, she was traveling some. And so we really struggled to sort of get our schedules lined up. But I know we both wished we had been able to see each other more. We were both complaining about that.
BS, 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 BS. First of all, you had 5 kids constantly home doing homeschool. First of all, you're not homeschooling them. The school was homeschooling them. We all had kids home, okay? 3 of them were teens or above. Nothing to do with them. I had a teenager at home at the time, hands off 100% of the time. They're completely independent. I didn't know how he had to log in. I didn't know when he had to log in. I didn't know. They're teenagers. They knew everything. I didn't know what platform it was. I knew nothing. He was a teenager. He did it all himself. There was 0 she had to do for those teenagers. 0. She had 2 younger kids. But she had a nanny. She also had Cody. She had 2 adults with 2 kids. There were 3 adults to 2 kids. And she couldn't find time to take her other 2 kids in the same city to go play outside, which these kids need. You're stuck in the frickin' house with COVID. The kids had to get outside. They had to release their energy. They needed sunlight. Saul needs sunlight. To go in Meri's backyard and play, knowing that Meri was being so compliant, it would have been a gift from God to know that you have somebody who is more COVID compliant than the nanny. The nanny got COVID. Proof. She trusted her nanny over Meri. The nanny had her husband also going other places. The nanny probably had kids too. I don't know. She had more points that were reaching out amongst the community than Meri. Meri had nobody. Meri had just Meri. And she would not allow her kids to go play on a playground outside 6 feet away. Nobody was on that playground the whole time. There were no COVID germs on that playground set. She wouldn't let them go play on the playground set if Meri watched from inside the house. Unbelievable. And she's trying to use the excuse, I had to homeschool them. She did not homeschool them. Teacher did the teaching. Robyn did not homeschool them. She did not teach them. I guarantee you, that did not happen. Lie, 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 lie.
No, we both wished we had been able to see each other more. We were both complaining about that.
And I really wanted to. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. If you wanted to, you would have done it. Lie. Oh, this is beyond. What about the weekends? What were you doing on the weekends when there was no schooling? Everybody had nothing to do. Why couldn't you go down the road and see Meri? You really wanted to. According to you, you really wanted to. And Meri really wanted to. Meri really wanted to. I believe that. That's the only truth in this whole thing she just said, is that Meri really wanted to. The rest, all lies. Oh, she is just a piece of work. How does she sleep at night? I don't know.
I always had Meri's back, even when people were plotting against her.
Give an example. People plural, were plotting against her.
Yeah, right.
Who were the people that were plotting against her? Unless she's talking about not about the family, maybe she was talking about the catfishing. Don't know.
Can you give an example?
It would have been nice if she would have explained.
Ignoring her.
People were ignoring her. Ignoring. That's actually Robyn, because Meri was reaching out to Robyn and Robyn was ignoring her. So funny that she used that as an example because she was ignoring Meri. And actually, now that I think about it, Robyn was plotting against Meri too. Because this was not in Meri's best interest to stay in the family at all, or to stay with Cody. So she was plotting against Meri's best interest. Isn't it interesting how everything she's saying is something that she's doing? Ooh, mirror, mirror on the wall.
And I never felt a divide. Other than when she moved, that was when things changed. She changed it after that.
That was the line that made me just throw up my hands when I heard it on the show. There was no divide in their relationship. It was perfect. It was sunshine, rainbows, and roses until Meri moved.
You brought this on yourself.
After that, Meri changed. And then their relationship changed. Meri's fault. Poor Robyn, she's a victim in all of this. According to Robyn, their relationship was great. 2 years of not seeing each other and keeping her kids away.
What's the big deal?
No words. Move on.
But I always cared.
Just because you say it doesn't make it true. I should put that on a t-shirt. This review. I appreciate you. Take care. God bless. Have a great day tomorrow and the rest of the week. Goodbye, sister friends.